My name is Juan Cantu, and I am the owner-operator of Innovative Agrivision, LLC. So a little bit about me and where I come from and everything. I grew up in Acuff, Texas, which is a little town outside of Lubbock. Grew up in a farming cattle community, so I was always into agriculture and I had a huge passion for it. Was always in agriculture all through high school, participated in stock shows, judging, even rodeoed. So I knew I wanted to be an ag. I went to school at West Texas A&M University, got my undergrad in ag ed because I wanted to teach everyone about agriculture also. Just turns out it really wasn't the avenue I was really liking, and got real heavily involved with precision ag. So I started working for a John Deere dealership in the AMS department, so it's Ag Management Solutions. So that deals with all the technology side of agriculture, the GPS systems on tractors, the variable rate stuff. Started liking it more and more, but I knew they weren't as heavy in precision ag as the Midwest and all that. So I actually found a job up in the Midwest with another John Deere dealership that's extremely heavy in precision ag. Went up there. Stayed there for about 4 years and just got extremely heavy in precision ag, making prescription rates, transferring technologies between different color machines, doing everything you could think of. And drones were the new hit coming out for precision ag. So I jumped right on board with that. Started doing a bunch of research studies on it. Found out it's going to be the new thing in precision ag. And I've always wanted to bring something back home to Texas. West Texas has always been home, and I know with the drought that we have and everything, it's extremely important to bring back as much help as we can. So I started my company, which is Innovative Agrivision. So got my UAV, got all my exemptions, all my legal stuff through the Federal Aviation, and now coming back to West Texas and helping out producers here. So doing everything from variable rate maps to working with their agronomists to working with their actual precision ag equipment. So UAVs are what they call unmanned aerial vehicles. So basically what they are is a machine that is operated remotely that's able to fly without anyone inside of it. So you get anything from like a helicopter to an actual plane. If it's unmanned and no one's in it, it's considered a UAV. So UAVs work on basically two different power sources. The main one lots of people use is battery powered, and the other one is like a motor. So those are the main types of how they're powered by, and the way they work is using some kind of propeller system to make them take flight. So whether you have one that looks like a helicopter or you have one that looks like an airplane, but still has the same concepts to take off and fly. UAVs capture a range of information or data to do with 3D imagery or elevation map on the area. So that's the data we're using it for, as far as capturing 2 images to get a crop health imagery. But drones are able to collect all kinds of data. There's some that can take samples of the air while it's in flight, some that do evaluations as far as scouting. So there's a wide range of data these UAVs can collect. So information or data stored on UAVs can happen a few different ways. One, there's either the sensor or the image or camera on the UAV itself that is just stored, and then once it's landed, you extract all the data out onto a computer or something. Or you have some that are actually remote fed. So then as it's capturing the data, it automatically feeds it to your computer or to a server wherever it needs to go. So it's basically the type of UAV you have and what equipment you're equipped with on it. So with Innovative Agrivision, what we're using our UAV for is taking 2 different images. We take an RGB, which is a red, green, blue, which is a normal looking picture. And then we take a near infrared picture. Once we collect those 2 images, we overlay them together and get a certain infrared band out of it, which creates our NDVI image, which is a normalized difference vegetative index. And with that image, we're able to see certain stress spots in the plant. So from there, we can detect a problem very quickly and almost to the point where the naked eye can't even see it yet, but the plant itself is stressing. So we're able to use that data, figure out where it's at, diagnose the problem, and come up with a solution what we need to do for the producer to either help out and actually make a difference before it's too late and we can't do anything different about it. So using UAV to flying over a crop a certain amount of times, It's going to depend on the crop itself and the producer, his capabilities of what he's wanting to do. For some purposes, as far as like cotton, we usually fly it two to three times a growing season, and it's going to vary on the emergent stage to actual for doing some kind of fertilizer rate through the drip system, or finally for defoliation at the end. So we're having to be able to time it just right when we need to defoliate. So however many times the fly over a field just depends on the crop mostly and the producer, what we need to accomplish that year. GPS and GIS play a huge role in UAVs in the precision ag side. So for those that don't know, GPS stands for Global Positioning System, and GIS stands for Geographical Information System. With the GPS, we're using it to use certain waypoints, is what we call them, and that's setting up a route for the UAV to take flight and do a flight pattern that we program into it. So it's basically automatic to fly by itself and give us precise precision images and data that we can use to help the producer on whatever we're looking for. So controlling a UAV, there's two main ways of doing it. One is called a manual control, which is a remote control and you manually move it around where you want it to go and all that. The other is an autopilot system. And that's where, what I was talking about earlier, we set waypoints is what we call them. So just certain points in the field that we're able to use GPS location and set up a route and have that UAV take off and fly the route we want it to fly, the altitude, the speed, and whatever sensor we're using, time it, images, whether you want to take a picture every so many seconds or whatever you're using. But that's how they're usually operated, either by remote control or some kind of computer programming autopilot wise. And the nice thing about our images, they're all geo-reference locations. So what they're called is a geo-reference orthophoto. And using GPS and GIS systems, every image we take is able to be geo-referenced. So we're able to put it in the smartphone, in the tablets, into displays of precision ag equipment and actually target that exact spot we need to target. The information, the data that we collect from the UAV are in photos. We use a certain software to be able to, what we do is we stitch these images together and we're able to get a whole mosaic of the whole field. And then overlaying them together with the RGB and the near infrared image, we create what I was talking about, our NDVI image. To tell them that they have a trouble spot in their field at our early detection is what we're usually shooting for right now. We're also using the information to help them do variable rate prescription maps. So in that case, whether we can do variable rate seeding, different seeding rates, to management zones to put certain fertilizer at different rates. So we're not having to put a single rate through the whole entire field. We're able to put that fertilizer or that chemical where it's going to be utilized the most. So by doing that, we reduce inputs. So the fertilizer costs, your seeds, your chemical, all that stuff's reduced by maximizing our yield and getting the most for our producers. Some of these UAVs can go as far as $1,000 to up to $100,000, just depending on what the producer is wanting to do. I do believe that getting another view of your crop, whether it's aerial view or like an infrared or NDVI, gives a producer another source of what's going on with his field. So it all depends on the producer. Does he have precision ag capabilities? Is he interested in doing this new technology? I think plays a big role on whether they actually want to be able to see the benefit in a UAV and actually using it for their operations. How precise are they to actually find the problem and be able to spot it out quicker? We're very, very precise. We're at a RTK level, which is a real-time kinetics, which is about a sub-inch accuracy. And it's extremely important to be that precise because you're putting that application where we need it to be. So we want it to be specific. And with the use of GPS and GIS, we're able to do that. So my envision of where UAVs are going to be in the precision ag market, I think, is going to be extremely important, and it's going to take off really big. You're seeing more and more use of UAVs in agriculture, not just in the agronomic side, even in the livestock side. We're at the point now where we're starting to fly over cattle and feedlots and stuff, and with heat signatures and thermals, we're able to detect sick cattle, cow ready for reproduction, down cattle in feed yards. So the use of UAVs in agriculture is going to be endless. I believe that it's going to take off, and we're going to be at the point where we can fly a field and have it tell us exactly what the problem is, whether it's nutrients, infestations, the funguses, to diseases. So I think it's going to play a huge role in precision ag in the near future. So on a day-to-day basis for me varies. I still currently live in Ohio. I'm a full-time master's student here at Texas Tech online. I have my own company now that I've started, and I have a family. So juggling all those together keeps me pretty busy as far as day-to-day chores and day-to-day actions. So. What I enjoy most about my career is just being in the agriculture industry. I absolutely love it. Love everything about it. Breathe it every day. It's just awesome for me. Being able to talk to producers, helping them out, working with new technology that's just an idea really, and see if it's going to work or not, and being the first to try it out. I think it's just, I have a real big passion for it and really enjoy every bit of it. In my position, something really neat or exciting that I've got to experience is visiting with multiple people. I love talking with people, I love meeting new people. So it's just kind of neat. I've got to tour facilities that other people can't get into, different ag buildings, working with new technology, and then being up in there. If a new technology comes out, usually I'm one of the first people to be able to try it out. So that's what I really enjoy about it. I think it's real exciting that something new that's out there, I'm going to try it out and see if it works. Different skills in this profession. The main one I believe in is you got to be a people person. You have to be able to talk with these producers and get on their level. If you can't do that, you could have the world-changing product out here. You're not going to make anything with it unless you can relate to these producers. So I think that's the biggest skill you would need, is being a people person and be able to talk to these producers on their level, and just be able to go one-on-one with them and have a good time with them. So some information that I would like to pass on to lots of students is get involved in ag. Get involved with your community. Go visit with some farmers. Go visit with some ranchers. Just get involved and just be open-minded to learn something new. And I almost guarantee you'll fall in love with it as I have. I've been very thankful for the people that have given me the opportunity to go out and visit, to experience some stuff that most people in this world have no clue what agriculture is. So I think that's been the biggest, getting out there and visiting with everyone and just seeing new stuff in the ag world has been really great for me. When I started this business, I wanted to be my own boss, really. I thought that was just a neat idea, to become my own boss and be able to take the chances, to try something new without having to go up through the ranks and ask, hey, can we try this out? And if it fails, well, I know whose fault it was. I could take blame and everything, and if it worked, well, great. We did something that no one else has done. So I think that's been a huge drive. And also having a family, I wanted to be able to provide a lot for my family. So I know starting my own business is going to be challenging, but I know it would have great benefits and be able to support my family and give them stuff that probably I never had as a child growing up. So it's been a big drive to have my family behind me to keep this company rolling. So some opportunities that are potentially available, there's tons of internships out there. Innovative Agrivision, we're looking into actually getting an intern also to probably give them some insight on UAVs technology. But I would highly suggest get into the precision ag world or anything agriculture. There's always opportunities to grow in that field, whether you're going to do agronomics, to animal science, to precision ag, even agriculture engineering. There's huge benefits and huge opportunities that I think many students should take advantage of. Communication is extremely important in our company. One, because we're actually dealing with airspace, so we're dealing with federal aviation airspace. So we have to be very communicative with who's out in the field with us, what's going on in the air, where the UAV's at, and then be able to safely complete a mission, extract all of our data, get it onto the computer, analyze it, and then actually work with the producer. We usually work with more than just the producer itself. It's usually his agronomist, the producer, his entomologist, his soil fertility person. So communication is extremely important to figure out what the problem was, how we're going to fix it, and how we're going to accomplish doing it. As far as social media, I believe social media is going to be the gateway to get information out to people. We have our own website that we have different testimonials on it from different producers we worked with, and they were satisfied of the outcome that we produced for them. We got a Facebook page that we constantly put up images, missions, things we've accomplished, just to get the word out there of what this new technology brings for producers.